Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel, TammyTalks here. We are talking House of the Dragon, Season 1. This is what, episode 6? Y'all know how these weddings go. Whenever there's a wedding, it's chaotic. But before we get started, if you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns on various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions into each and every recap. So, if you enjoy that type of content, go ahead, consider subscribing to the channel. But I need everybody to thumbs up the video. So, if you're watching, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up, all right? And then hop to the comment section so we can talk about it as well. So this episode, the major thing was the wedding, right? But let's talk about a couple other things that happened. So for one, we see Otto, the hand, or the former hand, is officially leaving. So he has this talk with Allison and kind of tells her, you know, you need to man up, basically, do what you need to do to ensure that your son Aegon, you know, is going to be king. He keeps trying to make her feel like, if Rhaenyra becomes queen, that she's gonna like kill her and all this other stuff. He doing a bunch of bumping of the gums to get up in Allison's head, and it's I don't like Allison, y'all. I don't like Allison. She's trying my patience, and I get that she was coerced into this world and she's trying to stand on her own and all this other stuff. She wants to she wants to do what her father needs her to do, but we all need Allison. We also see Allison go and talk to Sir Kristen. So she's talking to Sir Kristen. After the talk with her, there's the new hand, his son, who is the one that is disabled. Well, you call it disabled? He's disabled. So he walks with a cane, has a limp. He tells her, "Oh, I hope that the princess is doing okay. I saw them take some tea up to her, some specialty." Y'all know what the specialty is from back in the day. It's meant to induce a miscarriage. It's probably something that just got a bunch of spices and shit up in there that's gonna upset, it's something like that. So he's like putting this bug up in Allison's ear that Rhaenyra might have truly, giving it up, so she's not as pure as the king is leading everybody to believe. So Allison goes and talks to Sir Kristen, and while Allison is talking to Sir Kristen, she is merely trying to figure out what happened the night that she was out with Daemon. Because in Allison's mind, Rhaenyra lied about sleeping with Daemon. So that's what she's trying to get out. And she's, Allison's doing all this talking in circles. And I'm sitting here looking because the Sir Kristen is sweating, right? So while he's doing all this bumbling and fumbling, he comes out and was like, "I did it. It was me." I said, what? I was so mad at him, but I could feel it coming because he has sullied his white cloak and he's went against his vow of chastity and all this other stuff. And I'm thinking, God damn, Sir Kristen. So he's expecting to like be killed or stoned or, sent to the wall and all this other stuff. And she just kind of lets him go. Go ahead about your business. Now, I don't know why she let him go in that manner. That threw me. If you read the books, again, don't tell me. I haven't read the books. I don't want to know what's going to happen. But I'm curious as to why she was just like, go ahead about it. And I think it's because she was so like taken aback by it. Because she fully expected that it was Daemon, but it wasn't. It was Sir Kristen. I said, Sir Kristen looked like he was going to snitch on himself, boy. He looked like it. So, speaking of Daemon, Daemon goes back to where he's from. I think they called it the Vale or something like that. Goes back to where he lives typically with, and we see his wife. So, we see this woman riding a horse, and we see this dark figure. She didn't look scared at all. She didn't reach for her arrow, her sword, nor her nothing. I said, oh, okay, she must know who this is. It's Daemon so crazy ass with like a cloak on his head. So they're talking back and forth, and she getting real breezy with him. And I kind of feel like, this man is crazy. Why are you talking so breezy to him and he don't care about nothing, right? So He lifts up, scares the horse, gets her thrown off the damn horse. So I don't know if she was paralyzed or like her back maybe broke her back or what. So she's still talking shit to him, and I'm like, you want to die. And I feel that if I don't broke my back, don't leave me here to die a slow, agonizing death. Put me out of my fucking misery. I don't want a coon or any other little animal to come up over here and eat me, right? So he takes a brick, ultimately smashes her head off. Damon don't care about nothing. He don't. He doesn't. So we get to this the precursor to the wedding. So Viserys has decided that Rhaenyra is going to marry her cousin, who is a Valerian. I think his name was what was his name? I liked it. I can't even think of his name. But he's gonna while I pull this up, she is going to marry one of the little Valerian the Valerian son, her cousin, because that is going to keep the bloodline strong. You know, they babies that have blonde hair and all that type of stuff. So the king, can I pull it up real quick? Laner. Lanier, I think it was Lanier. So they go over to Lord Corlys and them so that the king can officially, offer Rhaenyra to him, keep the bloodline strong. They have this back and forth where, okay, when you guys have heirs, what are our children's last names going to be? Because, Lord Corlys is on some, these last names, they're going to be Valyrian children. And Viserys is like, you thought they can be Valyrians until they ascend the Iron Throne, then they gonna switch back over to Targaryen because we gonna keep our name going the way that it needs to be going. Now Viserys is coughing up a lung. This man is clearly about to die. He may not make it through the next episode, right? We see in the next episode there in the future he looks like death. But when his cousin comes and shakes his hand, she feels and ain't no fingers there. That's why he's wearing these gloves. So they come to this arrangement, and while they're, working out the terms of the marriage, Viserys and Lord Corlys, Lanier, handsome little man. He's a handsome, look at him. Okay, brother. While he's outside walking with Rhaenyra. Now, they're cousins. So, they know each other. They know this what they have to do. But Rhaenyra wants to propose a compromise. So, Lanier is gay, okay? So Lanier got a little boyfriend, so he's talking about how he, dreaded the day he would have to marry a woman, all this other type of stuff. So Rhaenyra tells him, let's do it like this. We'll be married because that's what we're supposed to do, right? That's what we need to do to fulfill our father's wishes and keep the lineage going and all that other type of stuff. She's probably willing to pop out a baby or two, because that's what we need to do. But ultimately, we can go see and dibble and dabble with whoever we want to, and then that's what we'll just keep it going. They both agree, and that's what they want to do. Now, Rhaenyra is proposing this because she wants to keep messing with Sir Criston. Lanier goes and meets up with his little boyfriend who I didn't like. But Lanier goes and meets up with his boyfriend and it's like, she has an arrangement. This is going to work out for the both of us. And I'm like, don't trust that little redhead. Something about him looked like he was over it. But my thing is like, the family he comes from. You know what his last name is. You know ultimately what he has to do. So why do you feel the way now that Lanier is getting matched up with somebody? You know that. The fact that he had this type of agreement with his cousin, sit back and chill. But people don't be thinking. Rhaenyra goes out and she's setting sail back home with Sir Criston. They're on the boat. Sir Criston comes up to her and is, pleading his case, talking about I've always wanted to see the world. Okay, let's go see the world. Let's go and get on one of these boats and eat all the fruit we want to and find out where these boats go. And let's get away from the crown and let's get away from everything. Let's get away from all this. And Rhaenyra said, you want me to do what? I'm the fucking heir. This is my throne. Or so she thinks. So it is hilarious how she basically wanted Sir Kristen to be like her side piece, and he said, "Nah, sis, this ain't it." He said, "I have sullied." Like, you know, he was mad. "I have sullied myself for you, and you want me to be back in the back? You want me to stand back here while you and your dude? Bye, bye." So now Rhaenyra ain't gonna have nobody. She ain't gonna have no side piece because he ain't with it. He's gonna keep being your protector, and that's it because he don't fell in love with her. See, that's what happens when you have somebody that ain't never got none, and now they done got a little taste, and now he's just, behooved with her. So we get to the wedding, all right? So Viserys, they're having the start of the feast, the ceremonies. So Viserys got this big old feast going, and all the different houses are coming in. The Lannisters being real shady, but gone somewhere. Gone somewhere. Because that Lannister, that young Lannister, young Lord Sir, could not believe that Rhaenyra didn't want him. So we see Lord Corlys and the Valyrian family come in, and I said, okay, black. They look so melanated with they white dress. It looks good. So they come in and they offer, the hands are exchanged. This is what we're gonna do. So Viserys stands up because he's gonna give a speech. While he's giving his speech, preparing to give his daughter away, I'll be damned if Alicent comes walking in during the speech. I said, oh girl. Oh, girl, because you are not there yet for you to be interrupting like this. Rude. But, she had a little attitude because now she's found out that Rhaenyra is not the version that Rhaenyra swore that she was to her. So she got on green, which is like, I guess, somebody said, I saw on Twitter, that Alicent wearing green is like to kind of honor her father. So she come in with like a little attitude, kind of like side eyes Rhaenyra. Congratulations, stepdaughter. I said, bitch, you are not my stepmama for real. That was rude. That was shade. It was condescending. It was a whole lot of stuff that made Alicent's stock with me just go down a little bit. Gotta be real with you. I don't appreciate the shade, Alicent. Me and Rhaenyra, we didn't appreciate the shade. That was unnecessary. So the couple, the young couple, they're together, they're out dancing, they out there doing, they line dances, the hustle, the wobble, doing their version of it. And Lanier's little boyfriend goes over to Sir Kristen. And he figures out that Sir Kristen is supposed to be the little side piece that Rhaenyra wants to keep messing with while being married to Rhaenyra. So he's over there talking to Sir Kristen, being very inappropriate, and kind of tells him, I know your arrangement. You the one that's hitting, you the one that's sleeping with Rhaenyra. But don't worry, I ain't gonna tell nobody. Like, he being real sus about it. So Sir Kristen was like, you need to go ahead and get away from me, little boy, because I'm working right now. Grown man business. I'm a whole night out here. I'm working. So as the night gets on and they jigging and they dancing and everybody just woo, just cabbage patching and they having a time, right? All of a sudden, for one, the king was fucking that duck up. Good to him. With them gloves on. I said, something wrong. Somebody eating with some gloves on. But all of a sudden, Sir Kristen just couldn't take it no more, and he goes and he starts fighting the little boy, the little boyfriend, and he's tagging him, beats him to a pulp, to the fact where the whole piece of his head is missing. Well, I wanted to feel sorry for him. I didn't, because you should have never been over there talking shit to him like that. That is a knight. You ain't got no sword with you. So he goes over there, and then we see Rhaenyra, who outs himself because he starts bawling because you done killed his lover. I said, what a mess. We can't never just have a nice wedding. If I'm ever in Westeros, don't invite me to no wedding, because I ain't going, because y'all ain't going to have my livelihood in jeopardy. So then at the end, we got to see this shotgun rushed wedding now, where it's just Rhaenyra, Lord Corlys, Princess, is her name Rhaenys? And then The hand is always there. And then lo and behold, Viserys falls his ass out. Mess. A whole mess. And a lot of this could have been avoided. Could have, should have, would have been avoided if Sir Kristen would have kept his mouth shut, and if that little redhead boy would have kept his mouth shut. Now everybody done lost a lover. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.